We had the good, the bad, and the chaos breaking out at Michigan for the Truck Series today. Plus, Fox and Michael Waltrip let the cat out of the bag about Cleetus McFarland and Ram returning to the Truck Series. Welcome back to the Breaking Bob channel. Hope y'all are doing well this weekend as it's Saturday. The trucks getting going early this morning. The Cup Series, of course, qualifying as well. Early schedule at Michigan this weekend. We're getting it all out of the way, I guess. You've heard of Dinners for Schmucks. Well, it's breakfast with trucks today as it was a 7 a.m. Central Time qualifying or practice and qualifying for the trucks this morning. Early for everyone, but we got it out of the way. And no rain, no rain so far, no dodges on the track that we've seen. We've made it so far. But if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Always talking NASCAR and racing on a daily basis here at Breaking Bob. And the checkered flag just flew a little bit ago for the Truck Series in Michigan. So let's just jump right into the action because I said in the beginning of this intro, we had the good, the bad, and the chaos. And ultimately, let's give credit where credit's due. Stuart Friesen, your winner today, breaking a 72-race winning streak to get that 52 truck into victory lane. And I do feel good for Stuart because it's been such a tough year. He's had multiple incidents go wrong for him when he's had a very fast truck. And you've seen the frustration come out of him in the media after these post-race interviews a lot of times saying, well, maybe I should just give up and just go back to the dirt racing if this is what it's going to turn into, a demo derby. Well, today, Friesen finally survived one of those chaotic demo derbies that the Truck Series devolved into and was an unlikely winner at the 2-mile track at Michigan today. Congrats to Stuart Friesen and that entire 52 team for locking themselves into the playoffs for the Truck Series for 2025. Big for them just to get that monkey off of their back and now to move forward to their actual championship hopes come November. But it was a longer than usual race today at Michigan. 125 laps were scheduled. We got 139 of those and even a red flag in between. Like I said, there's a lot to get into. Let's start, though, with the good. After Stuart Friesen winning, of course, a nice story. The actual racing on track. After the red flag came out, when they had to fix part of the wall, the safer barrier came out, and I believe it was turn 3 after a caution had come out. We had some really good racing to end it in the last 20 laps or so. It came down to the top 5-6 cars in that green flag run. Of course, your contenders there, Corey Heim, who won stages 1 and 2, holding up Carson Hocevar, the top 2 cars, really, in my opinion, all day. Hocevar was involved as well as, I believe, Lane Riggs was, Grant Enfinger, and Ross Chastain, the Cup veteran, dropping down in the Truck Series. He loves Nice Motorsports. Get you someone as loyal as Ross Chastain is to Nice Motorsports. I do love that relationship and that partner, and he'll do anything for him, it feels like. But great battle there. The 3 wide cars going in and out, making runs, using the air. You saw them going side by side. The car behind them would tuck in and out, and it was great racing there for the top leaders there. Some of the best racing you'll see on any oval track in America in any racing series, Xfinity Trucks Cup, any of it. It was fantastic to watch as a fan, as a neutral fan as well. And then you had Carson Hocevar and Ross Chastain battling for the lead with, I think it was 6-5 to go, something like that. And Chastain touches the left rear of Hocevar. He gets loose. Hocevar cuts a tire down, and Chastain half spins, saves it, but half a lap later, the caution comes out for debris on the track not related to them. Good timing for the leaders there, but Hocevar had cut his tire. It was too far gone to be saved. He had to pit, and it seemed like Chastain may have just, I think, bitten off a little too much. He could chew with that half spin. Great save, though. Incredible save, and really was probably the peak of this race. It was all downhill after there because I talked about the good. That was the good. Let's get into the bad and partially the chaos of this race, because then you had the restart with 3 to go after that incident, and they didn't even get 100 feet. Ross Chastain, the leader, got spun from the back. Cars just spinning tires. It was just chaos there. A massive pileup on the restart that took out most of those really good cars. Carson Hocevar did make it through, but Corey Heim's day was ruined. Gio Ruggiero, Ross Chastain, among others. But somehow Corey LaJoie in that 07 truck, who was running fringe top 10, top 15 all day, made it through unscathed to take the lead heading into the overtime restarts. And it would have been just fitting for somehow Corey LaJoie in his first Truck Series starting with Spire in 2025. First of 9 of the final 13 races in a limited time role for the now Amazon broadcaster Corey LaJoie. It would have been fitting for him to come back and win a race like this, where it just seems like he had to get lucky and get in the right place at the right time. But unfortunately, luck was not on LaJoie's side. It was almost ironic because on the next overtime restart, he is going into turn 3. one corner away from taking the white flag to make this race official. And the 19 truck right behind him, Daniel Hemrick, cuts a tire going into the turn, brings out the caution. That was the truck that Corey LaJoie actually said no to. I didn't want to race in that truck. His comments, of course, I don't want to race in front of 12 fans, pump my ego up. He later said this weekend he did feel bad about those comments. He was part of a 5-day hunger streak, I guess, or I don't know. Eat a Snickers, Corey. You're not you when you're hungry. But the irony of that truck taking Corey LaJoie's chance at a win potentially, because on the next restart, LaJoie got beat by Grant Enfinger, lost his track position as another caution came out. 2 cars in the backstretch took themselves out after a spin, and Enfinger then ultimately on the next restart got passed by Stuart Friesen for the win for the 52 team. It just turned into chaos there. I think it was 3-4 restarts in the last 3-4 laps there. It was drawn out. It got to the point where we had such great racing in the last 20 laps, and then it turned into the peak truck series there, where you're thinking, okay, let's just get this over with at this point, whether it's going to be Corey LaJoie or somebody else that just finds themselves in a position to win there at the end. Yes, you had to make it there. I mean, Carson Hosfar ran out of fuel, even though he pitted there with that flat tire. Just it seemed like there was just always something for one of these really fast trucks, these contenders, to bite them late in this race. Just one of those races you kind of look and go, how did we get here? I mean, you have Frankie Muniz making it through the major wreck on that restart, and then on the next restart, he starts in 3rd gear, not even realizing it, and spins the tires. That whole bottom lane was just lost for that whole second overtime restart. It was one of those races where it was so good, and then it just delved into chaos there late. Sometimes peak truck series, even though they have had such a good rep the last few years, I do want to just focus on that great racing between those leaders, Chastain, Hocevar, Heim, Enfinger. It was just fantastic racing. And I think hopefully we don't get clouded on the last couple overtime restarts, that we think about the racing there at Michigan and how the trucks do belong there. Maybe just added, I think it was 50 extra miles to this race this year. Maybe not the extra 50 miles there. Let's bring the trucks and the Xfinity back to this next year. Bring Xfinity back next year. I know they had to go get the haulers in Mexico early, but there's a place for Michigan on the schedule for each of the national series in NASCAR. I know everyone wants to always say the truck series should probably be more of the short track one-off schedules like the Lime Rocks, like the IRPs, like the Rockinghams, and there is definitely a place for that. But you get to see the racing there at Michigan today, and these drivers have to learn one way or another on these big tracks, and there's not many more that you can find. I mean, RIP to Fontana. There's not many more 2-mile tracks that you can find out here. So I think that we do need to keep the trucks at Michigan. I thought the racing overall today was really, really strong. Of course, in the first 2 stages, it was pretty straightforward there without incident. You had Carson Hosfar basically just trying to hold off Corey Heim, as Heim was just waiting to make that move for the stage win both times. And I think we're going to watch those two battle for years. Carson Hosfar versus Corey Heim. Definitely some disdain going back to that Truck Series championship in 2023. Just thought today was really, really good overall on main Fox for the Truck Series, even though they probably went about an hour over into their broadcast window overall. But let me know your thoughts down below. The Truck Series, the good, the bad, and the chaos we saw today at Michigan. And lost in all of that was in Stage 3, Fox did tease the announcement that Ram has coming tomorrow for their big unveiling that we all know it's going to be them bringing their brand back into the Truck Series as the 4th OEM, as Stellantis brings Ram and ultimately Dodge back into the Xfinity Cup Series in 2027, 2028, it sounds like, but the Ram trucks are going to be back in 2026. But listen to how they talked about it on the broadcast. Of course, Michael Waltrip just had to get this comment in there.
Okay, so there was a tweet that got people talking that came out this week from Dodge, and there's supposed to be a big announcement coming tomorrow.
How about that? You know what I'd like to announce? Cleetus McFarland is going truck racing. He's going to zig and zag and fly like a bald eagle.
What do you think, Regan?
Well, certainly anything we can do to have more manufacturers in the sport would be great, and we'll have to see what they're getting at with their truck that they were showing there.
So there you go. Cleetus will be part of this Ram Trucks branding, it sounds like, according to Michael. Now, Cleetus did deny this a little bit back, but there's been some smoke around this leading up to it the last couple of weeks, and we'll see if this is true tomorrow. But all these people on social media, I can't believe Fox did this. I'm in no position to criticize it. I did a video the other day about Fox, or about Dodge and their Ram unveiling back into the Truck Series. So I get it, but yeah, it is kind of comical that Michael Waltrip has to get that comment. I hear Cleetus is going to be back in it. It's just, Gotta get that in there. You gotta scoop the unveil before it's actually even announced tomorrow. But I'm sure we will get Ram back at the Truck Series. Sounds like tomorrow there is the Ram big pop-up outside of the track, and then somebody even spotted the hauler out in the field by the NASCAR officials and all that, where they park their haulers. So sounds like this is just going to be inevitable tomorrow. Ram trucks will be in the Truck Series 2026 as the 4th OEM. But Michael Waltrip and Fox just not letting anybody have any sort of excitement, just like myself. I know the irony on this channel, but it's different when I'm doing a channel and this is the main broadcast. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below about them kind of spilling the beans about Ram back in NASCAR. But are you excited, though? 4th OEM sounds like it's finally on the horizon. As of tomorrow, we'll have the official scheduled announcement that Ram back in the NASCAR Truck Series as Stellantis gets their brand back into the NASCAR world. I'm excited to see Dodge finally back. It's about time. But we'll have some news on it, I'm sure, tomorrow. A video as the Cup Series at Michigan. We have Chase Briscoe on pole for the 3rd time in a row, the 4th in 2025. He's turned into Ryan Newman and the Rocket Man reputation over already at JGR, it seems like. Maybe not quite that extreme, but really good start, though, for Briscoe as far as qualifying pace. Can he get it, though, into the actual race finish, though? That's the big thing. You got Kyle Busch equally as desperate for a win on the outside of row 1. So a lot to break down, I'm sure, tomorrow at the 2-mile track from Michigan. Of course, if you like what you saw, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Breaking Bob for more NASCAR content. I'll see you tomorrow. Got a big day tomorrow, it sounds like, in the NASCAR world, and I'll be here to cover it all. Appreciate you for watching. Stay tuned for more.